The oil giant BP's decision to pause its shipping through the Red Sea actually aligns with lots of other shipping companies that have done exactly the same thing over the last few days. Part of it rises down to insurance. With the increased frictions and military attacks in the region, insurance is very difficult to secure, and without that, the shipping companies won't take the risk. Besides, there are alternative shipping options. Now, a sixth of the world's trade goes from up in the Mediterranean, through the Suez Canal, down through the Red Sea, and then into the Gulf of Aden. The challenge, of course, is if you don't use that route, then you start to use a completely different route round the Cape of Good Hope. Now, it's a lot further. It takes about 2 weeks extra, and importantly, adds about 30% to the shipping costs. All of this because the Houthi rebels are disrupting trade routes through the Red Sea itself. Now, who are the Houthis and why are they getting involved? Well, the Houthis are an insurgency. They've actually taken control of North Yemen and the capital Sana'a some years ago, and that is right on the border of Saudi Arabia. And that's worried Saudi Arabia that actually this insurgency might spread into their country, as a result of which they've been fighting the Houthis to try to restore a legitimate government back into the Yemen. At the time, but the Iranians, of course, back the Houthis as well. Now, Iran, if you remember, backs Hezbollah. It also backs Hamas. And the Houthis are anti-Israel, they're anti-America, and they want to help their Palestinian colleagues that are involved in the Gaza. Now, Yemen is positioned geographically right next to this choke point at the Bab al-Mandeb Straits. It's only 20 kilometres across there, so all the shipping that goes backwards and forwards is within sight of the coastline. And this is where the Houthis see an opportunity to help their Palestinian colleagues by disrupting any Israeli ships or any ships that are linked in any way to Israeli trade. Now, how's this going to get resolved? Well, ultimately, the first choice is to defend these merchant shipping in the Red Sea. And that's why we've seen USS Carney and HMS Diamond shown here, deployed to the region. Now, Carney shot down 14 armed drones on Saturday, and our own Royal Navy ship Diamond also shot down an armed drone within 48 hours of arriving. And we're going to hear probably later today an initiative called Prosperity Guardian, which is a US initiative to try to draw more of a coalition of the willing to help provide military support to the shipping. But ultimately, attack is the best form of defence. And ultimately, will the US decide to step up action and start attacking the Houthis? Probably not. Most likely is they will take the attack against the Iranian backers of the Houthis. Now, that does risk an escalation, but almost certainly the US view will be they have little choice if they're to keep international shipping flowing.